Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to 6th, 7th and 8th channel of BYJU'S. I am your teacher Ankita and I welcome you all in today's class. Good evening everyone, how are you all? I hope that all of you are doing great and are really excited for today's class. As you know, in today's class everyone, we will be taking a look at the complete biology of class 8th. So I hope that all of you are ready. Good evening everyone, good evening, how are you all? I hope that all of you can see me and can hear me clearly. Do let me know everyone. Yes, I hope that all of you can see me clearly. Good evening everyone. So good to see that so many of you are here everyone. Please make sure you stay with us till the end. The duration of the class will be there for approximately 2 hours. Right, so let's see. Right, so let me write over here. It's a 2-hour long class, right? We'll have a class of 2 hours. We'll be able to finish by 8 p.m. I need your support, everyone. Right, I need your support so that we can finish by 8 p.m. We don't have Menti today, though. We don't have Menti. It's a recap, right? It's a kind of a marathon. We'll be taking a look at every chapter that we have in class 8. We'll be having a very quick revision and we have few MCQs. Again, those are not the, the Menti quiz. It's just normal MCQs that we'll be asking. Yes, good evening everyone. Thank you so much. I'm good. I hope that all of you are doing great. Good evening everyone. We will be having the Menti in the upcoming weeks. That's the reason first we want to finish off the syllabus and then write a full revision of the syllabus, and then of course we'll start with the Menti and the other practice sessions. Very good everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the class. Yes, we will be looking at the conservation of plants and animal chapter also. Chaliye. So everyone, give me a quick thumbs up, and everyone please make sure you hit the like button for the video. Super important everyone. Give your attendance by hitting the like button for the video. Yes, I will be calling out your names, but not now. I will be calling your names out really very soon, but everyone, please make sure you hit the like button for the video. Good. I should see the number of likes increasing. So everyone, when we talk about the chapters that we have in class 8, we have crop production and management, we have microorganism, friends and foe, we have conservation of plants and animals, we have reproduction in animals, and the reaching the age of adolescence. Right? Yes. Yes, Zoe, please tell me. Yes, Bhumika. Yes, Atomic, Amy, Elena, Avinash, Fitness, Ananya. Yes, Ananya. Anita, Jia, Argori, Yashika, Aisha, Alia, Bhumika, Priyanshu, Khushi, ICTC, Ajay, Shefali. So many of you are here, everyone. So good to see that so many of you are here. So are you ready? Are you ready, everyone? So we are starting with the very first chapter. And the first chapter that we are dealing is the crop production and the management. Now, everyone, I want all of you to stay focused in the class. Now, it's a very important thing, everyone. Your exams are just around the corner, right? You know that exam bas aane hi wale hain, and it's the right time for all of us to recap, right? Revise before you have your examination. So please do pay attention to the class. We don't have Menti. The duration is of 2 hours, so please don't ask me those questions again and again. And anyone, your friends will be able to answer these questions. So anyone in the class, if they ask me, Menti nahi ho raha hai, to please mana kar dena, nahi ho raha hai. Right? Or kitne ghante ka session hai, to 2 hours ka session hai, right? We'll try our best to finish off in the 2 hours. Chaliye. So the first chapter, everyone, that we'll be dealing with is the crop production and the management. Now, this particular chapter, it focuses on the various practices that we have in the agriculture, right? From the plowing of the soil, right, till the harvesting, and of course till the storage. So we will be discussing about the the important agriculture practices that are very essential, that are performed by the farmers. Now in this particular chapter, we have gone into the details and we have discussed about the agriculture practices. And on the other side, we have started this chapter with the different types of crops. Right? Now when we talk about the different types of crops, everyone, we can say that we have the crops based upon the season that we have, right? Now we have different types of crops. Let's take a look, everyone, over here. In this particular chapter, the first thing is the different types of crops. Then of course we have agricultural practices, that of course we have different several steps into it. We'll be taking a look over here. And at the end we have the animal husbandry. Now these are the three broad topics that we have in this particular chapter. When we talk about the types of crops, right, we have two major types, right? We have Z crops also, but over here when we talk about, we have two major crops. We have Kharif crop and we have Rabi crop. Can anyone tell me what is Kharif crop and Rabi crop? Yes. Tell me everyone. Right, Kharif crop and the Rabi crop. You know what is the meaning of Kharif and Rabi crop, right? That's very essential. So please take a note that these are super important. Okay? Yes, very good. Yes, Kharif crops are sown in the winter season, right? And Rabi crops are sown in the summer season, right? Monsoon season basically. Yes, monsoon crops and the winter crops. Absolutely correct. Kharif's in, okay. Kharif, now see over here. Many of you are saying, ma'am, Kharif and Rabi ka ulta. Please everyone, quickly check. Rabi means wheat. Kharif means rice. So in that way, Rabi are the crops that are grown in winter. Yes? Tell me everyone. Jaldi se jaldi. Very good everyone. Thank you for answering it correct. Now that you all are answering it correct, let's move ahead, right? So we have two different types of crops. We have Kharif crop and we have Rabi crop, and then of course we have Z crops, which are specifically grown in the summer season for 3 or 2 months duration, right? We have watermelon, we have cucumber in that particular category of the crops. Now we're starting with the preparation of the soil, basically the agricultural practices. Now first everyone that we are taking over here, the first practice that we have is of the preparation of the soil. Now I will not be going into the detail, but I'll be telling you what are the important things that you should remember. Everyone please do focus over here. Very good Bhaskar, very good all of you. Yes, chaliye. Preparation of the soil. What is the preparation of the soil, everyone? We'll be plowing the soil. What the farmer or we will be doing, if we talk about it, right, we will be breaking the soils. We'll be making it sure that it's smooth, evenly surfaced, right? So we are preparing the soil, right? What are we doing? We are preparing the soil. Then of course we have the next important step, which is the sowing of the seeds. Now in this particular step, right, sowing of the seeds, we'll be adding the seeds to the soil. Now of course there are traditional method and of course we have the modern method. In traditional method it was manually scattering of the seeds, whereas in the more modern method we have a machine, right? And of course it has a funnel shape that actually help in adding the adding the seeds to the soil. Right, and of course we have this funnel method in the traditional also, but it was more of manual thing, right? Of course it will be attached to an domestic animal and they will be taking it ahead. So sowing of the seed is very important, right? Now is a very important question which is usually asked in the examination, is based upon the how we will identify the good quality of a seed. Everyone, can you quickly tell me? Yes, Kavya, please do write your answer. Yes, absolutely correct. Military motivation is absolutely correct. Ha bachi, we will be having reaching age of adolescence chapter also. Yes, very good. Absolutely correct. So we know that seed drill, absolutely correct. In the seed, right, of course we have a test that we by adding the seeds into the water. If the seeds are floating, that means they are hollow. That means that the quality of the seed is not that great. And if they settle down at the bottom of the glass, right, which contains the water, that means that the quality is good. So this is a very important test that the farmer should do to check the quality of the seeds. That's a second important practices. Then we have the third, that is the addition of the nutrient. Now over here, everyone, I want all of you to focus. Over here we have two important things, right? We have manure and then of course we have the fertilizer, right? Manure are man-made? No, manure are a very organic generated nutrient, right? It's very organic. Fertilizers is man-made, made in the chemical factories, right? It's nothing but the chemicals that we have. In manure, what we need, it's nothing but a very simple process of taking the plant waste and the animal waste, right? Especially the plant waste, the kitchen waste, add into a pit, right? Cover it with the soil and some, grass, and of course, after some time, we'll be able to see that is a manure, right? That what we have is a manure. It's completely organic. Fertilizers on the other side have chemicals into it. Now, fertilizers and manures, when added into the soil, will be increasing the will be providing the nutrient to the plants or to the crops. But we have some advantages and disadvantages. Manure is definitely good for the environment. It actually helps in increasing the soil fertility, water holding capacity of the soil, right? And it's very, very harmless to the environment. Fertilizers, on the other hand, of course, they provide the growth to the plants very quickly, but of course, they damage the plant, right? Basically, they will be damaging the quality of the soil. They will be hampering with the environment. Clear, everyone? Yes, all of you, are we clear with this? So, the difference between the manure and the fertilizers is a question which can be asked in your examination if you have this chapter. So, please take a look at everyone over here. Yes, very good, very good. Yes. In fertilizers, of course, they have mentioned about the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Good, very good. Kavya, please do write your answer. Right? Please do write your question over here. Okay, chali everyone. So that is the addition of the nutrient. Now let's move to the next step, which is the irrigation. Now, irrigation is about the supplying of the water to the crops. Right now, in that, we have different methods. Now, this is very interesting, everyone. I think one of the elaborated topic that we have in this particular chapter is the irrigation. Now, of course, in the irrigation, we have traditional and we have modern methods, right? In traditional, I'm sure you remember 5 important things, right? We have dhelki, we have chain pump, right? We have mott, and we have one more that I'm basically a chain pull system that we have, right? So what happens over there, very easy. You don't have to go into the details of it. It's very easy where, of course, there's a use of the animal, right? And of course, there's a little bit of, machinery is used, but that is also a manual machinery, right? A person needs to move it all together. Okay, Rahat system, absolutely. Right? Rahat system, yes. So, we have an understanding that in the traditional methods, it is required that the manual labor should be input. Right? Of course, it will be taken care by only the human intervention. Whereas when we talk about the modern irrigation method, we have drip irrigation and then we have sprinkler method, right? Now, drip irrigation means there's a pipe which is connected, right? And of course, across the field, we will have the pipes connected and of course, the water will be going drop by drop. Right, and this is very, very important where we have the scarcity of the water and if the plants need, so drip irrigation is very, very useful. And we have the sprinkler irrigation where, of course, we have a nozzle that rotates in all the direction and that spreads the water. Now, it is very good for the places where we have an uneven surface of the land. So, there are two very important modern methods and we have 4 important traditional methods. Clear, everyone? Are we clear up to here? Yes, very good, ICTC. Yes, Pushpa. We'll have that. Yes, Vanshika, Yashika, very good, Shivangi, Priyanshu, Roop. Class 8, Vanshika, Aisha, Shivangi, yes, Khushi, Halsteen, Dolly, Aradhana, Aisha, crystal clear. Very good, Neha, very good. Purvi, military, motivation. Yes, Purvi Bacha. Yes, I know that you are Purvi. Yes, Manvi. Yes, Dinesh, Ganga. Good evening, everyone. I can see so many of you are writing. Chaliye, very good. So we are done with the irrigation. Now let's move to the next method. The next step, I would say, that is the removal of the weeds. Now we know that weeds are the unwanted or the desirable plants that grow along with our crops. Now, weeds are definitely not required. We need to remove the weeds from the soil. So, weeds are the undesirable plants that grow along with the crops. Why they are harmful? That's a very important question. They are harmful. Why? Because they will be taking the nutrient. They will be taking the water, right? And of course, there will be the competition between the crop and the weed for the survival. So, hence, they will be damaging the crop. That is the reason weeds should be removed by the process of weeding, right? Of course, there are various methods. We can, we can easily remove them manually with the help of a khurpi or by hand, plucking it with the roots along, manually. Or apart from that, we can use the chemical method where we are using the weedicides, right? Now, weedicides are nothing but the chemicals that will be only be harming the weeds and not the plant, right? And they'll be stopping their growth. 2,4-D weedicides, absolutely correct. Good, everyone. So this is easy. Acha, now you tell me what will be what we will have after this step. So we started with the agriculture practice of preparation of the soil, sowing of the seeds, addition of the nutrient, then irrigation, then we have removal of the weed. What will be the next method? Jaldi say. What is the next method, everyone? Very good, very good. Yes, very good, very good. Harvesting, absolutely correct. Then comes the harvesting festival. I hope that, right, I'm sure you are aware that recently, yesterday, it was 15th of January and 14th and 13th of January, right, we have those festivities that happens throughout the India. We have Lori, we have Pongal, we have Bihu, right? We have other festivals in different states altogether in different culture that celebrates the harvesting festival. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct, right? So these are the harvesting festival. We have the connection with the harvest. So after the hard work, right, people are celebrating that their crops are good. So harvesting is a very important step. Now harvesting again can be done in a traditional way, and the modern way, traditional of course, is using the manually, cutting it down with the help of a khurpi. Or of course we have a combiner which has the harvester into it, and that will be able to take the grains out of it, right? In the harvesting only we have two different types, right? After the harvesting is done, of course we'll be seeing the separation of the seeds. Yes, again a very important question that is usually asked in the examination. So after the harvesting, everyone, right, we have the storage. But in the harvesting, if we talk about, right, it's more about the cutting and keeping it safely. In storage, right, we have two important methods. We have threshing and we have winnowing. Winnowing. What is winnowing? For example, if the wind is coming from that particular direction, I will stand like this. I will have, what I will have? I'll have a tokri, basically a basket, right? And I will move my hands like this. What will happen? As the wind is blowing, what will happen? The heavy grains will fall on the ground, and the lighter particle, the waste particle, the shaft, right, will flow with the wind. That is winnowing. Threshing is where we have a whole stalk, right, where we have the grains intact inside the shaft. So what we'll do, we'll beat it out like this, right, and that is the threshing. Clear? All of you, are you clear about the winnowing and the threshing? Difference between these two can come in the examination. If you have the whole syllabus, it can come. Very good, Aman. Very good, Dolly. Yes, Roop. Bache, this is for class 8th. Yes, good, good, very good. In the storage, of course, if we talk about, right, what we have in the storage? What we have in the storage, we have different types of methods, right? Drying the seeds properly. Then, of course, storing it into the sack, storing into the box, storing into big vessels, yawls, right, where there's a mass storage happening. So storage is very, very important. We need to make sure there's no moisture, right? We need to make sure that the storage is happening in such a way that no pest and insect can go and destroy the crops. All of these points are very, very important. So everyone, I'm moving aside. Yes, from rat, right, from the different types of pest. Absolutely correct. Everyone take a screenshot of this. Yes, everyone. Yes, seals, and of course we have grannies. Absolutely. Chali. Okay, very good, everyone. Now let's move to the other part, which is over here, everyone. Remember these points. In plowing, they have mentioned about the tilling, leveling, plowing, and the hoe are the cultivator. Tradition and the modern is the cultivator. We have seed drill, the modern method, and of course broadcast and funnel sowing. Then we have in the manure, the addition of the nutrient, we have manure, fertilizers, land following, and crop rotation. Achha, crop rotation is something that which I forgot, really sorry. What happened in crop rotation? So in the crop, right, what happens in the crop rotation is that on a field, right, we will see that the farmer is rotating the crops, right? To add the nitrogen back to the soil. If they are growing wheat in one season, probably in the next season they'll be growing any leguminous plant, so that the nitrogen can be added back into the soil. That is the crop rotation. Okay, chaliye. Then of course we have different types of resources in the irrigation. We have mot, rehelki, chain pump and rahat, and we have sprinkler and the drip. Here we have the removal of the weeds, khurpi, seed drill and the weedicides. Harvesting mein we have sickle, harvester, threshing, winnowing and the combine over here, and at the last we have the storage. Precautions, drying, silos and the grinding. Everyone, now you take a screenshot. Very good. So it's basically a all quick revision of this particular chapter. You can see that we have gone into the details and we have taken we have taken the detailed understanding of this particular chapter. Everyone, take a screenshot of this. It has everything. So when you're revising now, right, just go through this particular page, take a screenshot of it. If you want to, if you want to print it out also, you can do that. Yes? Chaliye. Okay. And I will be sharing these notes with you on the Telegram, so you don't have to worry about it. Now everyone, with this, we are done with the agriculture practices, right? We are done with the agriculture practices. Now what is next? We'll be taking a look at the different things. Now of course, over here we have, 1 minute. Something is, this slide was not supposed to be here. Yes. So yeah, you can take a screenshot of this also if you want to take a look in the detail, and we're done with this. Yes, very good everyone. So now we know that what is Rabi crop and the Kharif crop. Rabi crops are grown in the winter and Kharif crops are grown in the monsoon season. What we have in the animal husbandry, we know that taking care of the animals, rearing them for the products is the animal husbandry. Yes, chaliye. Now everyone, let's take a look at the questions. Now I have few questions over here everyone, right? I will try to see if I can do the polls. I have to manage this, so you need to help me. You need to give me a little time, right? Okay everyone, so here I hope that all of you can see the question. Let's take a look, and the polls are running now everyone. Please do vote. We have the organic waste, right? The organic waste can be decomposed to form dash, which can be sustainably enhance the nutrient content of the soil. Very easy peasy question everyone. Is it compost? Is it cow dung? Is it fertilizer or the pesticides? Interesting, right? Very good everyone. Option number A is the correct answer. Let me just end the poll now. 89 of you have voted for the correct answer. That means that yes, it's a fair share win. We know that it's the correct answer. Very good everyone. Right, so that was question number 1. Okay. Now everyone, I will be showing you the next question, but before that, let me just add the options. Okay. Now everyone, take a look at the question number 2, right? Here we have. Here everyone, the question is, consider the following statement about weeding. Identify the incorrect one. Basically, we have to identify the incorrect statement about the weeding. Weeding is best done during the tilling itself. Weeding is a process of growing weed. Weeding is a process of removal of weeds, or weeding is usually done manually or by using the weedicide. Which of these statements is incorrect about the weeds or the weeding process? Very good. I can see 50% of you are voting. Now 53% of you are voting for the option number B. Okay. Yes, I can see that many of you are asking about the Aishwarya ma'am, but your ma'am is recovering. Hopefully, ma'am will be back really very soon, probably in a week or 2, right? As you all know that ma'am have a severe issue with her throat, right? So it was paining a lot, and she was not able to, take classes also properly. It used to pain her a lot, and it was so that needed some rest. So ma'am is taking rest. Ma'am is doing her speech therapy. Hopefully she'll be back really very soon, right? So that ma'am can take the classes before your examination, right? Yes, ma'am, do miss all of you. Awesome. Chaliye. Right, so I'll tell ma'am that you all were asking about her. Today only I spoke to her and I'll be doing again. So yes. Chaliye, okay? So keep her in your prayers so that ma'am can, jaldi se recovery ho jaye and ma'am will be here. Okay. Yes, I know that all of you miss ma'am. I will tell her. Ma'am know that. Ma'am sometimes comes and see the chats also. So you don't worry about it. Okay. Very good everyone. So the correct answer that for this particular question is option number B, and you all have voted for it. 68% of you have voted for the correct answer. That is option number B. That is weeding is a process of growing weed. This is absolutely incorrect. Right? It's incorrect. Chaliye everyone. Okay. Let's move to the next question. But you just quickly answer it. I feel that के polls में बहुत time लग जाता है. Don't want to drag it. Everyone quickly answer this question. Quickly answer this question. If you were a farmer, which of the following method would you use to separate good quality and viable grains from the heap of the grains after harvest? Interesting question, everyone. Yes, I'll tell her. I will tell ma'am, Purvi, and all of you, everyone. Please do pick the correct answer. Polls will be active in a minute. And here we have the polls. Everyone, read the question carefully and pick the correct answer. For example, you are the farmer, right? You are the farmer, and what are you doing? Which is the following method that you will be using to check the quality of the seed after we have the harvesting after the harvesting is done? Very good. I can see the answer. 91 of you have voted for the correct answer, and that is now 93. Option number C, right? Option number C is the correct answer. That is immersing the grains in the water. By adding the grains in the water, we will be able to find out whether they are floating or they are sinking, and based upon that, we'll be able to pick the good quality seeds. Chaliye. So with this, everyone, our first chapter is done. Very good. Less than a half an hour, we have finished one chapter. We have 5 chapters. So yeah, like if we give half an hour to every chapter, I think we'll be able to do. Whereas the conservation of plants and animals, it's a little bit easy for us, right? So we'll try to match it up. Okay, chaliye. The next chapter, everyone, that we are taking a look now is the microorganisms, friends and foe. Before I start this chapter, I hope that all of you are clear, right? I hope that all of you are clear with the crop production and the management. Solo RK, we are doing a whole biology marathon, a whole complete revision. Yes, Khalid, it's a revision. I need you to understand, bache, in 2 hours we are finishing all the 5 chapters, right? If you want to study all of these chapters in detail, please make sure you go on the channel and watch the video. Only studies, I would request you to go and attend the Power Prep Week class. This will be there, so you can definitely watch it. Okay? Please make sure you go and attend that class. Lots of love to all of you. Okay? Chaliye everyone. Now we are moving to the next chapter, that is microorganisms, friends and foe. Very easy chapter, everyone. We clearly know that what are the subtopics we have in this particular chapter. So we have the different types of microbes. We have bacteria, protozoa, algae and fungi, which are the living organisms. Whereas a virus, we consider it as non-living outside the body of the host and living inside the body of the host. So these are microorganisms because they are only visible under the microscope. We cannot see them with our naked eyes. So that's all about the microorganism. Then of course we have beneficial microorganisms and we have harmful microorganisms. So if you take a look at this particular chapter, the chapter is divided into the 3 major types. We have different types of microbes, beneficial microbes and the harmful microbes. Last, we have the food preservation also. We are starting with the beneficial microbes. Now, microorganisms are very beneficial to us because they help in the generation of various food products, cheese, wine, bread, so many items, right? So, we'll be discussing about it, everyone. First, of course, when we talk about the curd, we always thank the lactobacillus. Very good, very good. Everyone, I'm not looking at the chat currently. We are focusing over here. So I want all of you to stay focused, right? I will be taking a look at the chart, right? Chat, but after some time. So of course we have the curd is being made with the help of the bacteria, that is the lactobacillus. Then of course, if we talk about the bread, we have the uses of the yeast, right? bread, and to make the alcohol, there's a use of the microorganism which is of the yeast, right? Of course, we have them. Very, very crucial, very, very important, everyone. Then, if we talk about, right, the next, of course, in the antibiotics, right, in the creation of the medicines, what we have the products like antibodies, right? Sorry, antibiotics and vaccines that are being generated from the bacteria and the fungi. Over here, everyone, remember about the Alexander Fleming, right? Penicillin was discovered by him, and it's a antibiotic. It's a first antibiotic. Now, what is the role of antibiotic? Antibiotic will be fighting against the bacteria, right? So, the antibiotics are usually suggested by the doctors if they feel there is a bacterial infection or a bacterial attack. Antibiotics will not work on the diseases when we have common cold, because that is caused by the viruses. Okay, this is very crucial. We should not be taking the antibiotics in a very, randomly without asking the doctor, and we should be taking on a regular interval and for the course duration. That's very, very crucial. Then, of course, we have the vaccine. Now, what we have in the vaccine? Vaccines are made from the microorganisms only. They, microorganisms can be either, not very fully living, right? Or they could be dead. Once they're added into the vaccine, right, into the serum, if we inject that into the body, our body will respond to it, right? Probably will have a little bit of the fever, but in a very controlled way. Our body will be able to attack and detect those cells that are causing the, which are very foreign to our body. And when the next time the infection is happening, right, the body will be able to fight it. Clear, everyone? Good, very good. Yes, everyone, that's very important thing for all of us to remember about the antibiotics and the microbes. Good, very good, everyone. Then of course, we have the increasing in the soil fertility by the nitrogen-fixing bacteria. We have the nitrogen-fixing bacteria, right? Rhizobium, that plays a very important role. So, of course, they have a role in the increasing the fertility of the soil also. And of course, we have the manure, right? So, we have microorganisms like bacteria that actually convert the waste material, right? The organic waste, the kitchen waste into the manure. So, we know that microorganisms are very, very beneficial to us. So, everyone take a screenshot of this. Or if you take a screenshot of this, jaldi se. Yes. Take a screenshot, everyone. Yes, okay. Yes, solo. Type of microorganism that is smaller. We have mycoplasm. Okay, chaliye. Now let's talk about the food production, everyone. A very quick recap in the food production. Of course, we have, the dairy products. Cheese has been made, curd, right? Of course, we have yeast, which comes into the picture where we are making the muffins, cake, etc. Of course, in the manufacturing of the alcohol, wine, there's a use of the yeast, right? And of course, to make the vinegar also, we use the microorganisms. Then, when we talk about the antibiotics, right? You can take a screenshot of this, everyone. Here we have, right? Alexander Fleming was the first who discovered it in the year 1929. Penicillin was the first antibiotic, right? We have different types. We should be using it in a very proper way under prescribed medicines that are given by the doctor only. We should not be taking more of it. And there are a few disadvantages of it, right? The disadvantages of the antibiotic is that if we keep on taking antibiotics, probably the bacteria will become resistant. So we should be taking an apt quantity only, right? Chaliye. Then of course we spoke about the vaccine. Here we have the slide on the vaccine. Protect against the various diseases. We have the vaccines for chickenpox, right? Measles, hepatitis, tuberculosis and the cholera. Yes, everyone. If we talk about the environment, they plays a very important role in the decomposers, right? They actually help in the process of decomposition. Right, decomposition, and of course we have the nitrogen cycle. Now everyone take a screenshot of this, right? Take a screenshot of this. Many a time I have seen that you have some doubts with the nitrogen cycle. So let's take a look what we have. We have the atmospheric nitrogen, N. Basically in our atmosphere we have the highest amount of gas, which is the nitrogen. So in the nitrogen that is there in the atmosphere, right, what will happen? Nitrogen fixing bacteria, right, that we have will be fixing the atmospheric nitrogen. The atmosphere में जो भी nitrogen है, the bacteria will be fixing. It will be converting in the nitrogen into the nitrogen compound, right? Compound will be going into the soil. We have the nitrate, nitrite, all of those, right? Ammonia. And then of course we will see that again bacteria will break down, will send it back into the natural form, that is nitrogen, and it will go into the atmosphere. We have the lightning that plays a very important role, right? And of course the nitrogen is being taken by the plants and the animals altogether. And it is very essential, right? We know that it's very, very essential. Everyone, are we clear? Yes. Yes, Bhumika, it was made. Yes, it was made. Okay. Yes, Vanaya. Yes, very good. Thank you for sharing this information. Yes, Dolly. Yes, Purvi, Ujjwal, NPK. Yes, okay. Good, good, good. Okay. You all are clear. Chaliye. Now we have spoken about the beneficial microorganism. Let's talk about the harmful microorganisms. We know that there are so many microorganisms that actually causes diseases. Not every microorganism is, helpful for us. There are so many microorganisms that causes various diseases. So we have diseases in the human mate. Tuberculosis, will remember. Tuberculosis is caused by the bacteria. We have polio caused by the virus, malaria caused by protozoa, and cholera caused by bacteria. Common cold that we have is caused again by the viruses. So typhoid again caused by bacteria. So we have various diseases in the humans that are caused by the pathogens, the disease causing microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, right, viruses, and protozoa sometime. Then of course we're talking about the animals. Very good. Anthrax, absolutely correct. So when we talk about the disease in the in animals, anthrax is caused by the bacteria in the cattle. So here we have the answer for it. Anthrax, which is caused by the bacteria. And we have foot and mouth disease by the virus. So we have two examples of it. We have to remember the causing agent and the disease name. Clear, everyone? Yes, we'll remember this. Tell me. Very good. Creator, Moni, bache, what are we discussing? We are discussing about the diseases caused by the microorganism. So we have various diseases that are caused by the microorganism in humans, which includes typhoid, tuberculosis, which are caused by bacteria, cholera again caused by bacteria, common cold, polio by viruses, and we have malaria, which is caused by protozoa, right? Yes, absolutely correct. Then in the animals, we have anthrax that is caused by the bacteria. Foot and mouth disease, which is caused by the virus, right? Then if we talk about the plants, plants are also not very indifferent. They also get the diseases. Plants may we have rust of wheat, which is caused by fungi. Then we have citrus canker by bacteria, and we have yellow mosaic virus in bhindi. Everyone, take a screenshot of this. Jaldi se. Take a screenshot, everyone. Yes, screenshot. Yes, Supriya, please ask your doubt. Please do ask your doubt. Diseases in the fast decompositions, there are many harmful effects. Yes, there are, but in our chapter they have just mentioned these two. Right? They have just mentioned about the harmful effects that they causes diseases. Yashika, please ask your doubt. Okay. What is the carrier in the disease? Vanya, carrier is something that will be carrying the pathogen, right? For example, we also call it as a vector also. For example, mosquito, right, is a vector. It will be carrying the pathogen, which is protozoa, plasmodium, that causes the malaria. Okay? Yes, Ajay, those of you who have doubt, please do write your doubt. Instead of saying, ma'am, doubt, right, please do write your doubt. Yes, Supriya, a disease that we have. Ajay, yes, I have taken your name. Attitude, boy, why you have that face? Santoshi, it's a type. Yes, it's a fungus. Okay. Anushka, I've given you more examples you want in the diseases, right? For the plants and animals, we have these. Yes, chaliye. Okay. So everyone, with this, we are done with this part, right? And the last topic that we have is the food spoilage and the food preservation. So everyone take a screenshot of this again. You'll be like, ma'am, आप हर बार बोल रहे हो कि screenshot लो, but this is very interesting, everyone. Right? You asked for some extra diseases. Here we have. Take a screenshot of the tuberculosis, the causing agent, the mode of transmission, and the preventive methods. Moving aside, I am. How disease spread, Dolly, disease spread if it is caused by the pathogen, right? There are different modes of transmission altogether, right? One of the major mode of transmission could be through the water, through the food, through the air, right? Through the water droplets that comes out of our mouth. These are different modes of transmission. If you have a communicable disease that moves from one individual, from an infected individual to a healthy individual, these are different types of modes that can follow. Surface spray also we have, right? Surface spray, for example, if I have a cough and cold, if I'm sneezing, and if I have dropped some bacteria on the surface of the table, if a healthy person comes and touches, probably they'll also will catch the cold. Okay? Yes, lady finger is bhindi. Absolutely correct. हाँ भाई, भिंडी is a plant. Plant ही है ना, खाते हैं हम तो से. पूर्वी. बच्चे पूर्वी, you just have to remember two. Nothing much. Just have to remember the disease name and the causing agent. Rest, all this is an extra thing. Yes, corona was a communicable disease, right? It used to get transmitted. Okay, chaliye. Talking about the last part, everyone, the food spoilage and the prevention or the preservation of it, right? So we have physical method and we have chemical method. Physical method means the sun drying, keeping the fruits and whatever vegetables that we have into the sun, that's so that the moisture can be taken out so that there's no attack of the microorganism. Pasteurization that happens with the milk, right? Boiling at a very high temperature, then cooling it very suddenly and packing in a Tetra Pak. That is the pasteurization. Then storage and the packaging, of course, drying and of course vacuum packaging is very, very important. Yes. Then we have chemical methods made. Use of the preservatives, right? We add the preservatives that will be helping in preserving the food, right? Then using of the salt, using of the sugar, both of these are used to preserve the pickles, jams, to make so many other things, right? They'll be taking out the moisture, right? And basically the water, and hence it will be helping in the preservation. Last, we have the oil and the vinegar that we usually use in the pickles, right? So we have an idea about all of this. Absolutely correct. In pickles we have. Sherry, you're asking me why the virus is not a microorganism. It is, but there's a controversy that keeps on happening around it, that whether it's a living or a non-living microorganism. It is non-living if it's outside our body. It is living if it's inside our body. Okay? Yes, Purvi, sodium benzoate. Absolutely correct. Preservative that we have. So with this, everyone, we are done with this chapter, which is microorganisms, friends and foe. Easy peasy chapter, right? Easy peasy chapter. It was a very easy chapter. And this chapter, you have to take a look at the question that can be asked in the examinations on the vaccine and the antibiotic. Food preservation techniques, right, can be easily asked. And the diseases part, right? Chaliye, very good. Here we have a question, everyone. Partially sterilization of the product such as milk at a high temperature is known as what? Pasteurization, filtration, pickling, or refrigeration. The answer is there in the question itself. Very good. Option number A is the correct answer. Pasteurization, right? At a high temperature and cooling it, right? That's the partially sterilization. Okay. Next question, everyone, on your screen. Vaccines are made up of. Vaccines are made up of what? Yes. Vaccines are made up of. Rusting of iron, mein bachche, there is no role of the microorganism per se. That's a reaction that is happening to the iron. Right? Iron is a non-living thing, right? Microorganisms will have no role over there. Chaliye, very good. Vaccines are made up of the weak microorganism. Very, very good. Not by the chemicals, not by the virus, or not by the drugs. It is made by the what we have in the vaccines, in the serum, right? We have the weak microorganism or dead microorganisms. Good, everyone. Option B is the correct answer. Now let's take a look at the next question. Which organisms are microscopic and dependent on the host organism for the reproduction? Which among these, right, are very microscopic and dependent on the host for the reproduction? Yes. We have a very important, very good, and very proud of you, everyone. All of you have voted for the correct answer. That is the virus. See, virus is non-living. Right? We can say that virus is non-living outside host body. Outside the host body, it is non-living. Virus became living as it enters the human body or any living organism. If it enters the body of the host, right, then it's living. And then of course it will be able to reproduce. Are we clear? Are we clear, everyone? Yes? Are we clear? Very good. Vanya, Louis Pasteur discovered the pasteurization method. Chaliye, very good, everyone. Super proud of you. So with that, hasi mein, khelte, with your Josh and everyone and with your high energy, we have completed chapter number 2. We have discussed about the first chapter, that is crop production and the management. Just now we have discussed the microorganisms, friends and foe, and now we are moving to the next chapter, my favorite chapter, everyone, that is the conservation of plants and animals. Are you ready? Are you ready for the chapter? Hello Ayush, hello everything, yes TG, yes Ajay, yes Purvi, claps for all of us. Anushka, Tolba, Shelly, Priya, Attitude Boy, please, yeah, Attitude Boy, bye, Shaurya, Aradhana, Priya, Khalid, Gungun, Avinash, I'm Atomic, Aisha, Dolly, Brem, very good, Neha, Yashasvi, Kumari, ICTC, Shaurya, Kamraj. Now I have to focus. My eyes, I'm squinting my eyes. Yes, truly everyone. So now let's talk about the next chapter, that is the conservation of plants and animals. We will be conserving the plants and the animals. Now, let's take a look, everyone, at a very interesting chapter. Now, why it is important for us to conserve? Right, so we'll be taking a look at it. So I hope that all of you are ready. Hey everyone, I'll move aside, you take the screenshot first. Right, we have the whole mind map of this chapter over here. Yes? So, give me a minute. It's just, as you can say, yes. I don't know, it's my favorite chapter. I like this chapter a lot. Yes, everyone, take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot, bachcho. Sometimes I call you bachchas. I hope that you don't mind. Right? Sometimes I feel that, oh, you will be like, ma'am, मैं बच्चा मत बोलो, हम तो बड़े हो गए. Yes, chaliye everyone. Okay, chaliye. Now let's quickly recall, everyone. We are discussing about the conservation of plants and animals, right? So what are we starting with? We are starting with the deforestation, right? Now what is the cause of deforestation? What is the main cause of the deforestation? Deforestation is nothing but the cutting down of the forest area. Why there is cutting down the forest area? To make the human settlement, to make industries, to make various things for the human development, right? Building of the house, land for the cultivation, for the fuel, right? We call that causes the deforestation. We need the land. Now what we can do to add more plants to it, that is a reforestation, right? We need to add more trees. We have in the forest area, we have to plant more plants so that we can conserve it, right? That is reforestation. Now, in terms of the conservation, if you talk about, right, that's very, very vast and very, very important. But before that, everyone, can you take a look over here, the consequences of the deforestation? It's a very, very important question. See over here, this part, the consequences. What will happen due to the deforestation? हमें पता है कि deforestation क्यों हो रहा है? Because for the human settlement, we are clearing of the forest, right? We are making dams, we are making cultivation lands, right? We are generating fuels. So we know that what is the cause of deforestation and what is the consequences? उसके results क्या रहेंगे? First, of course, as over here, we have the increase in the temperature. The global warming. The earth temperature is increasing and hence it is causing the melting of the glaciers, increasing the sea level, and the water is increasing and covering the land area where we all are living. Then, of course, it causes the pollution, which is very, very important. We know that plants takes carbon dioxide. If we have less of the plants, We know that carbon dioxide will be there and causes pollution, and of course we have other harmful gases also. Increase in the level of CO2, plants nahi hai to CO2 kaun lega, so there is an increase in the level of CO2. Then lower water, groundwater level, right? If plants are not there, the soil will not be able to hold the water, right? So the groundwater level will be very low. Chances of the natural calamities, right? Flood, drought, all of these things can be there because if plants are there, they will be able to stop it, right? But of course, when the plants are not there, it's a clean area, and of course, the things can happen over there. Then the drought and the desertification. Now, desertification is nothing but the formation of the desert, right? If the water is not there in a particular area for a very long time, what will happen? The top layer of the soil will just go away, right? Soil erosion will happen, and the soil that is remaining, right, will start turning into the sand, and of course we call it as a desertification. Everyone clear? Land to the desert, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Done, everyone? So take a screen. I know that you have taken the screenshot, but focus over here, everyone. We have the deforestation causes and the consequences over here. Very, very crucial question can be asked on this. Once we are clear with this, that why the deforestation is happening, what are the consequences of it, we know that we have to conserve, right? We have to protect the plants and the animals which are living in the forest. So let's talk about that, how the conservation of plants and animals can be taken care of. Starting with the wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserves, and the national park. So in our country, right, we have government and they have made various areas where the animals and plants are protected. So we have national parks that focus on both the plants and animal. We have biosphere reserves which focus on the tribal people who are living in the community, plants, animals, everything that comes into that particular area. Biosphere reserves are very large in area as compared to the national park and the wildlife sanctuaries. In wildlife sanctuaries, only conservation will be provided to the wild animals. So in our country, we have these different types of protected areas where the animals and plant species are well protected. Now these are done at their home only, in natural home, right? So it is the in situ conservation, right? It is happening there. Very good, right? Then of course, in your textbook, everyone, they have mentioned about the Panchmari Biosphere Reserve. Now over there, they have mentioned names. Examples, everyone, I want all of you to remember those, right? These are very, very crucial. Flora, the name of the flora which are there in the Panchmari, Biosphere Reserve is sal, teak, mango, jamun, silver fern. In animals, may we have chinkara, blue bull, barking deer, cheetah, leopard, and wild dog. Endemic species are those species that are only found in one particular area, right? Bison, great Indian squirrel, flying squirrel. Then of course we have Asiatic lion over here, which is the endemic species of the Gir National Park. Yes, everyone? So in this particular chapter, right, you have to focus on very small things which are very easy. Conservation के लिए we have three important protected areas. We are going in the forest and protecting it, so we call it as in situ conservation. Zoological parks, zoos, botanical gardens, all of those are ex situ conservation. We are taking the animals from their home and then we are trying to protect them. Clear? Yes, everyone. Quickly tell me, are we clear with this? Wildlife sanctuaries are in situ conservation. We are actually protecting the animals. We are conserving the animals in their home only, in their natural habitat. Clear, everyone? All of you? Give me a quick thumbs up, everyone. Give me a quick thumbs up. Yes, give me a quick thumbs up. Chaliye. Okay. Afforestation is nothing but planting basically planting the trees. Yes. Chaliye. Right? Planting the trees in an area to form the forest in a simple way. Okay. Chaliye. Everyone, let's take a look at the question. Which of the following species is not included under the red list? Now, red list is made by the IUCN, right? We have an international organization that focus on the conservation of plants and animal species. They have, every year they have, not every year, basically they have a red data book. In that we have a red list that actually help us to track the level of the numbers of the animals that we have, how much in danger they are. We have different types of categories over here. So among these options, we have to find out that which one of the following species is not included under the red list. So in the red list, right, we have in the category we have the extinct, right? Then we have endangered, right? Critically endangered basically. Then of course we have vulnerable. Yes, we have this category, and of course there's a more addition to it. Very good, everyone. Based upon that, the correct answer will be option number C. Endemic are those species which are found in one particular area, right? We've just spoken. So this is not there in the red list. Okay, option number C is the correct answer, everyone. Then here we go. We have to identify the correct match pair of the following. Everyone, where we will be finding these animals, the correct pair. Yes, good everyone. Very, very good. Please pick the correct answer. Okay, good everyone. The correct answer over here is option number D, right? Gir lion. So in the Gir National Park, we have the lions, right? Kaziranga National Park, it's famous for the preservation of the rhinoceros, right? Then Ranthambore, we have tigers over there. Sundarban, of course, we have tigers and we have different types of animals altogether. Okay, so option number D is the correct answer. Moving to the next question, everyone. What is the main reason that many species are becoming endangered? Why the species are becoming endangered? Endangered means they are in a great danger. If we do not conserve them, if we don't protect them, probably they will become completely vanished from our planet Earth. Yes? Very good, very good. I can see the correct answer. The correct answer over here is option number A. Habitat destruction. Because there's a loss of their home. Because there's a loss of their habitat, right? What happens? We know that they are becoming more and more endangered, right? They are in a very grave danger. We have to protect them. Chaliye. So option number A is the correct answer. Very good, everyone. Very good. Everyone, now you tell me, how's your confidence level? How's your confidence level? Good, good, very good. Vulnerable are those species, Manveer, which are not that in danger, but they can become endangered if you don't take care of them. Yes, it is. It is. Hi, very good, everyone. Yes, so we have discussed 3 chapters. I hope that you have the confidence. Again, I'm telling you, calling out again. Those of you are saying, ma'am, you're not teaching, right? You're not answering my doubt. But it's a revision session. I can't help, right? You need to understand that in 2 hours, I will not be able to teach you in detail. It is impossible. If you want to study all of this in detail, ideally you should not be. मतलब पूरे साल भर पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए थी, पर अब नहीं करी अभी तक. Now is the time for you to go and study. Don't waste your time, right? यहाँ पे आके ऐसा कुछ भी फालतू को लिखने का नहीं है. Now, if you have issues, please make sure you watch the one-shot video that we have on the channel, and it will be good for you. Yes, everyone. So 1 hour done, and we are done with our 3 chapters. Now, of course, we have 2 very bulky and very content-heavy chapters that are the reproduction in animals and reaching the age of adolescence. So, are you all ready? Are you all ready for this? These 2 chapters? Priya National Park, right? National Park and wildlife sanctuaries, but the main difference that we have, national parks are there for the conservation of both the plants and the animal species. They are larger as compared to the wildlife sanctuaries. Whereas the wildlife sanctuaries focus only on the conservation of the animals. Okay, that's the main difference that we have. You can mention about the names, right? You can write about Ranthambore Tiger Wildlife Sanctuary we have, right? We have various different types of tiger wildlife sanctuaries, right? And we have national parks also, Gir National Park. Yes, you can mention those examples. Chaliye. Okay, everyone, let's talk about the reproduction in animals. Can anyone tell me what is reproduction? What is reproduction, everyone? What is reproduction? I'm sure you all are aware, right, because we have studied this chapter. What is reproduction? It is nothing but a very important process where we will see that the organism is giving rise to the next generation. Reproduction is a biological process by which new individual organisms, offspring, are produced from their parents, right? And of course, they will be they'll not be very similar, they will be dissimilar based upon the type we have, right? We'll see that they are very same or exact copy like their parents in the asexual reproduction, and of course they have variation when we have the sexual reproduction. So let's talk about the two types of reproduction we have. We have asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction में only single parent is involved, only one parent is involved. Sexual reproduction में two parents are involved. In asexual reproduction, gametes are not formed. Basically, gametes are nothing but the cells, right? The sperm and the egg cells. In asexual reproduction, there is no formation of the gametes. But in the sexual reproduction, we see the formation of the gametes that are like sperms and the egg. Then, in the asexual reproduction, we will not see variation. Variation means differences. If we have an amoeba, the amoeba will look exactly the same. But in our case, we will see the variation. I'm sure if you compare yourself with your parents, I'm 100% sure you will know that there's a lot of difference in the face, right? There's a lot of difference in the texture of the hair, height, etc. So we are not same, we are not the identical copies of our parents. We have variation around. So these are the important difference that we have between the asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. Everyone take a screenshot of this. Jaldi se. This is the common question asked in the examination. Right? Aata hai examination mein. Yes. Okay everyone. Chaliye. Jaldi everyone quickly tell me. Okay. Now let's move ahead to the detailed type, right? We'll be looking at the asexual reproduction and different types of it. Now in asexual reproduction, the first one that we're discussing is fission. Now what is a fission? Splitting of the cell, right? What is happening in the fission? There's a splitting of the cell that is happening. We see that in amoeba and in plasmodium, we will see the fission. Amoeba will be dividing from one cell to two cells. This is amoeba. First the nucleus will divide, then the cytoplasm will divide, and last may we have the two cells which are identical to their parent. That is binary fission. That means that there is a formation of two cells, right? See over here from 1 to 2 cells, that is binary fission. Multiple fission will have multiple nuclei present in the cyst. That is the case of the plasmodium. Remember the example everyone, do remember the examples of it. That's all about the fission. We have two types, binary fission and the multiple fission. Binary fission ka example is amoeba, multiple fission ka example is plasmodium. Then the easiest and my favorite everyone, what we have is budding. We usually see budding in hydra or in yeast also. Remember everyone, in budding we'll see the formation of a bud, right? We can see the formation of a bud. Small bud will start growing onto the parent's body. It will grow more and more, it will get mature, and upon its maturation it will detach itself from the parent and we have a whole new organism. Easy peasy, right? Budding happens in hydra. Remember everyone, budding happens in the hydra. That's the example that we have. Then of course we have the next type, which is fragmentation. Fragmentation is also very easy. If you have a very huge fragment, it will break into various individuals and they'll grow into a new organism. So what happens in the fragmentation? We have the example of the Spirogera. Please take a note of it. Right? Spirogera, it is a multicellular organism. What happens over here? That they just break themselves into the various different parts and each of it will be developing into a new individual or a new offspring. Clear everyone? Yes? Clear all of you? Clear? Yes, very good, very good. Right? So that's about the Spirogera. Then of course we have regeneration, which is very sometimes confusing. Regeneration, we have the example of planaria over here. The organism that we have is planaria. Planaria is a worm, right? Very flat worm, and of course it's very primitive. Now in planaria, what happens that if we cut the organism into any of the part, right, each part will be able to regenerate the part which is lost. It's not that we have a new organism, but whatever the part are lost, it will be able to regenerate. That is the reason we call it as a regeneration. For example, if we have a wound, right? If we have if our skin is a little bit out, right, because of an injury, after some time we see that it come back, right? The tail of the lizard, the arm of the starfish, all of these have a very special cells that have a power to regenerate, right? And that's very, very interesting that, but asexual reproduction may, we do consider regeneration, but it's not the main primary mode of reproduction in the organism. So this is a very interesting concept that we have over here. Please remember the example and the name of the process. Last but not the least, everyone, we have the spore formation. Now, spore formation we see in the fungus, right? We have the example of rhizopus, the bread mold, right? Everyone remember. So what happens in the fungus? In the spore, right? Can you see this is a spore? Inside the spore, inside the sporangium, we have the spores. And once this sporangium will burst, releasing the spores, and if these spores fall on a very moist surface, they'll be able to grow into a new organism. Clear? So one thing over here, all the types that we have studied in the asexual reproduction, only one single parent is involved. There is no formation of the gametes and we will not see variation. Clear, everyone? Now if you have doubt, please do ask me. This is not out of the syllabus. We do have in the syllabus. They have mentioned. Yes. Stem cells. We don't have a very specific name as such. We call it as a very general name. We do have, you'll be learning in your higher classes, but as of now, let's call them as a basic stem cell. That they will not call them as a stem cell also because they don't have it. Similar type of stem cells, right? Very similar to that. Yes. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, chali everyone. Okay. Okay, it could be that it's not there. One of two topics could not be there. It is fairly possible. But we have gone into the details and we have studied what is there, right? Chaliye. Last but not the least, everyone, we have a vegetative propagation. I think this is also a part probably many of you will not have in your textbook, right? What is vegetative propagation? When there is a involvement of the plant's part like stem, root, leaves to generate a new plant, we call it as a vegetative propagation. Right? So here we have, right, different types of it altogether. In vegetative propagation, everyone, we have three types as I clearly mentioned. We have root, stem and leaves. We have the examples of it. Root example, we have sweet potato, right? If we have the sweet potato, right? I'm sure if you add it into the soil, you'll be able to see a new plant coming out of it. So yes, a root is playing a very important role in the generation of a new plant. Stem, potato, we all love potato. Here we have. Then leaf, we have the bryophyllum. Good, very good everyone, very, very good. So in short, we can say that we have discussed the asexual reproduction. Ma'am, Krish is asking, ma'am, why is inbreeding is more dangerous? Inbreeding is more dangerous because, for example, if the inbreeding is happening in one closed joint group, right? And if you're breeding the same animals again and again, probably one gene which has been hidden, right, that can cause a chaos. And along with that, what is happening? We are just in a closed group, the mate, right, the breeding is happening. What will happen? There is no variation coming into it. If there is a change in the environment or any of the condition, both the animals will be suffering, and that's not good for the people, right? Those who are growing them. Hence, inbreeding is not that, it's very dangerous. Spore formation, Priya. Spore formation, may remember everyone, we have the example of rhizopus, right? What we have the hypha. On top of it, we have the sporangium. Inside the sporangium, what we have? We have the spores. If the sporangium will burst, spores will be released. And if they fall on a wet surface, they'll be able to grow. Okay? Yes, Priya. Multi-ideas, ma'am, is fine. Yes, okay, fine. We'll do the polls. Okay. Binary fission. Yes, very good, Amrita. I will share the PDF. Yes, I will share the PDF. Okay. Ma'am, in regeneration, new organisms are produced. No, Imagination Explorer, the lost part is regenerated. Okay, chaliye. But now, moving ahead everyone. Right, we'll have the polls, but let's quickly finish the sexual reproduction. Now, in the sexual reproduction, we are starting with the male reproductive system. Acha, now I'll ask you a question and you write the answer in the comment section below. Jaldi say. Okay, now tell me everyone, in which of the part in the male reproductive system sperms are produced? Yes? Jaldi everyone, very good, very good. Amy, lizards are the example of regeneration, I told you. Very good everyone, testis, absolutely correct. So, in the testis we see the formation of the sperm. That is a male gamete, right? Then, from the testis, the sperms comes basically outside the testis through which part? Which duct or which tube or which pipe-like structure carries the sperms outside the testis, right, and into the different systems, taking across through the different types of glands, urethra. Very good. Vas deferens, right? We have the answer over here. Vas deferens is a long tube that carries the sperms. Then this part is the epididymis, which is attached to the vas deferens that will be carrying the sperms. Okay. We have ureter, which is, I hope that you remember ureter. It will be carrying the urine to the bladder. Then we have two glands, seminal vesicle gland and the prostate gland, right? We have penis and we have the urethra. Okay. So two important things that you have to remember. The testis is the place where the sperms are produced. We have a very important hormone that we'll be learning in the next chapter, that is a testosterone, which is also produced by the testis and it plays a very important role in the development of the secondary sexual characteristic features, right? Very good. Chali. Okay, now let's talk about the female reproductive system, right? Let's talk about the female reproductive system. Now in the ovaries, we'll see the formation of the egg. We have fallopian tube where the fertilization will take place. Fallopian tube mein hi the egg will come and will go to the uterus where the development of the baby happens. Then we have the cervix and the vagina through where the sperms will be entering into the female reproductive system. Yes? Sanatika, we call it as both. We have plural and the singular form. Oviduct. Very good, Yashika. The other name of the fallopian tube is the oviduct. Ma'am, what is the help to testosterone? Right, it is produced. The sperms are produced in the testis. Where is the testis duct? We can see over here, vas deferens. See over here, the yellow line if I draw. The yellow line that you see over here is nothing but the vas deferens. Okay, chaliye. Very good, very good. प्लेन की आवाज आ रही है. प्लेन की आवाज कैसे आ रही है? फैन की आवाज आ रही है. Yes. Cheturitu, role of the seminal vesicle gland, right? It plays a very important role in providing the lubrication or the nutrition that is required by the sperms. Yashika, cervix is the internal part just above the vagina through where, of course, the sperms will be entering into the female reproductive system. Okay? Very good. Padmakshi, chromosomes are nothing but the structures that we usually see during the cell division. Chromosomes are nothing but they are made up of the DNA and the proteins, right? And when they completely coil up, they form the structure which is the chromosome. Egg is also called as ovum. Yes, Neetu. Egg is also called as a ovum. Chali, very good everyone. Okay, so here we have the information, right? So we have the male and the female reproductive system. After the fertilization, what will happen? We know that the sperm, right? We know that the sperm and the egg will fuse. That process is called as fertilization. After fertilization, what we'll see? We'll see the formation of zygote, which is a single cell, which is one cell structure. Now this one cell structure will divide from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, then 8, 16, and of course it will form and it will be developing into the fetus, right? Yes. Now here everyone, in your textbook they have not mentioned in detail, but we have the mention of the menstrual cycle. Now what is a menstrual cycle? It's a monthly cycle that happens in the female, right? And it repeats every month. Menstrual cycle means that basically it's a cycle where we'll see the shedding of the blood lining of the uterus and the release of the ovum or the egg from the vagina of a female. Now menstrual cycle happens if there is no pregnancy. If the pregnancy is there, what will happen? We'll see that the menstrual cycle will not occur. Okay. So they have mentioned these 2 points. Menarche is the beginning of the menstrual cycle and menopause is the end of the menstrual cycle. Yes, Varsha. We'll not call it as zygote. At that point, right, it'll have more than 16 number of cells, right? So we have an embryo, right? We'll call it as a different names are there. Yes. Egg is also shed along with the blood. Yes, it has a little bit of the pain. Other name of the fallopian tube is oviduct. Yes, Varsha, blastocyst. Does the egg? Yes, it does. Okay. Okay. Ram, we will take care of it, bache. We are just struggling with a little bit of the bandwidth. We'll come back with that. Chali. Okay, everyone. So with this, we are done with the reproduction in the humans altogether. Now here we have, right here, let's take a look, everyone. We have the male and the female reproductive system. We have fertilization, right? After the fertilization, we'll see the growth of the fetus. We have the menstrual cycle also. We have discussed in the female reproductive system. And of course, what we have over here is the internal and the external fertilization. Now this is very crucial for all of us, right? Everyone, I'll just move aside. You can take a screenshot of it. Internal and the external fertilization. Now internal fertilization means that it happens inside the body, and external fertilization outside the body. So in humans, we have internal fertilization, right? External fertilization means that sperms and ovum are meeting outside the body. They're not meeting inside the body, but they're meeting outside the body and getting fertilized. Clear? Yashika is asking, why does it hurt menstrual cycle? Because there's a contraction and the relaxation that happens of the muscles. Right? The muscles are getting contract and relax, and hence it causes the pain. Yes, everyone. Internal and the external fertilization is done. Very good. Dolly, what are you asking? Unisexual and bisexual animal. Unisexual animals means they just have one single parent. There's no gender over here. In bisexual, of course, we have two types of parents. We have male and female. Yes, it happens to every woman. Okay, chaliye. Moving to the last topic that we have in this particular chapter, that is oviparous and the viviparous animals. Now, can you quickly tell me what is oviparous and viviparous? Oviparous and viviparous animals. Can quickly tell me what is oviparous and viviparous? Jaldi se. Very good, everyone. 90 of you are here in the class. We should have the N2 in the class. Jaldi bataiye. Very good. So oviparous animals are the egg-laying animals, and viviparous animals are the one that will be giving birth to the young ones. So O se yaad rakhenge, egg. They are the egg-laying animals. So the young one will be growing in an egg, and of course after some time when they are mature, they will hatch. Whereas in viviparous animals, we have the living organism coming as it is, like there's a birth. Okay? Chaliye. Last topic, everyone, is about the metamorphosis. Now again, a very common question I'm sure you would have seen in your examination. That is the metamorphosis. Now what in the metamorphosis of the frog that we have over here as example, we know that the early tadpole, right? After the fertilization, this early tadpole we have the young frog. The adult frog is very different, right? They don't have any similarities, we can say. So metamorphosis is nothing but the transformation of the larva into the adult involving sudden and series of continuous changes in the body, right? We call it as a metamorphosis. They are very different from each other, right? I'm sure you can see. See, we have the early tadpole, the chotu sa, and then of course after the whole cycle we have a big frog. Now they don't have a very great similarities between the tadpole and the frog, right? We can clearly see that they're very different from each other. So they undergo lots of changes altogether, and that process is called as metamorphosis. Yes. Yes, I'll talk about the dolly, the sheep. So of course, with the help of the cloning, right? Basically, cloning is a method where we can make the exact copy of the individual. So dolly the sheep was made by using the method of cloning. Yes, creative Singh, bache, I'm telling you the important questions along when I'm teaching. Right, I've made the star, I mentioned the important lines. Yes, Creative Singh, not ignoring you, but I've answered your question. Chaliye. Okay, here we go everyone to the next question. Let's take a look over here. The number of eggs produced in the internal fertilization is more than the external fertilization, less than external fertilization, more or less, depending on the environmental condition, or equal to the external fertilization. Now just think about it everyone. We have internal fertilization and external fertilization. The number of the eggs that are produced in the internal fertilization is more or less. Very good. I can see the correct answer over here is option number B, right? That the number of the eggs, right? The number of the eggs produced in the internal fertilization is less than the external fertilization. Internal fertilization mein, right? What is the case? We know that there's a limited amount of place, right? If fertilization will be happening inside, there are not the other factor that can damage the gametes or the eggs. Whereas in the external fertilization, they produce in a huge mass quantity because, of course, of various environmental factors that can damage the gametes. Clear? So option number B is the correct answer. Okay. Moving to the next question, everyone. Here we have, after the fertilization, the dash divides repeatedly to give rise to the ball of the cell. After the fertilization, the dash divides repeatedly to give rise to the ball of the cell. Ovum, sperm, zygote and embryo. Ma'am, why it can be done? No, we have human cloning also. Do we have? Very good, very good. The correct answer over here is zygote, right? After the fertilization, we see the formation of the zygote, which is the one single cell, and that will be developing into the ball of cells. Last question from this particular chapter, everyone. Last question from this particular chapter. Name the process in which tadpoles develop into the young frogs. Easy peasy question. Bache, test tube baby will not be discussing now. We have discussed in our detailed session, so you can go and watch over there. We don't have that information over here, right? IVF also, really sorry, it's not there in the syllabus. We'll not be dealing it with right now. Okay, very good everyone. The correct answer over here is option number C, metamorphosis. Good, very, very good. Chali. No, zygote is not a stem cell. Zygote is a cell which is formed after the fertilization of sperm and the egg or the ovum. Okay. So with this everyone, we are done with the chapter which is reproduction in the animals. Now we are moving to our last chapter, that is reaching the age of adolescence. Anushka, I've answered your question. You will get the PDF on the Telegram group. Okay, bye-bye. Neetu, not in this class, bache, we have discussed in the class, in the recorded video, you can watch that. Yes, Aman, not ignoring you. Yes, very good, very good. Ram, I've answered your question. In the upcoming future, we'll do that. Butterfly also. Drishti, butterfly is the example, bache. Yes. Okay, everyone. Okay, now let's move to the last chapter, that is the reaching the age of adolescence, right? Now here what we have, everyone, we have the adolescence is nothing but a period of a life when the body undergo various changing leading to the reproductive maturity in the individuals, and we call it as the adolescence. Then of course we have puberty. Now there are two different words that we have. Now what is the puberty? Right, what is puberty? Puberty is nothing, right? But when in the human body, we will see several changes happening, right? The body will undergo several changes during the adolescence. These changes mark the onset of the puberty. If we start seeing these changes in the human body, right, be it the male or a female, then we call it that the puberty has started. So there are two different things, everyone. We have adolescence, which is nothing but the, if an individual is attaining their sexual maturity, we call it as the adolescence. And in the puberty, what happens, right, the body will undergo various changes, right, and these changes are nothing but the beginning of the puberty. Clear? Good. Now let's talk about the changes that we see in both male and the female during the puberty. So first we're discussing the changes that we see in the adolescence in the male, right? We see the increase in the height, then of course we see the growth of the facial hair, then we see the having a deep voice altogether, right? Development of the acne on the face, which is common in both male and the female. Then we have the development of the various different sex, development of the sex organ, okay? Not different, but yeah, development of the sex organ. In the females, we'll have a few similarities. We'll see that there will be the acne development. Along with that, we see the breast development, right? The development of the mammary glands. Underarm hair grows. There's a growth of the hairs on the body. Widening of the hips. Then development of the acne and the development of the sex organ. So all of these changes, right, that we have discussed, few of the changes are happening in the male and few of them are happening in the female. Now, these are the changes that an individual will go on during the puberty, right? Now, these changes are happening because of the change in the hormone level in the body, right? So, let's talk about the different types of hormone. But before that, right, we need to understand that, right, sometimes we see that, height is growing suddenly, right? And of course, there is sudden increase in the height. And of course, initially, the height was going really very slow, but we'll see that the height is going really very, we'll see the increase in the height. So initially girls will grow faster than the boys, right, about the 18 years of age, and of course both will be reaching at their maximum height, right? So the puberty hits early in the girls and later in the boys. Adam's apple, Aditya, development of the Adam's apple over here, just above the voice box in the males, right, there's a development of a bone that we have over here, right? Very prominent feature, that's Adam apple. It's okay, welcome to the class, Pranavi. Ram, I have answered your question. Chaliye. Okay. Adolescence, we'll call it as a teenage, right? In girls, of course, it starts from 12 and it goes up to the 18, right? So we'll count those years. Chaliye, everyone. Very, very good. Now moving to the different types of glands, everyone. Now this is crucial, everyone. Please do pay attention. Now we have the endocrine glands. Now what are the endocrine glands? Endocrine glands are the glands that will be secreting the hormones directly into the blood, right? The hormones will not be traveling into a blood vessel. Will not be traveling into a tube. It will be directly traveling into the blood. So endocrine glands are the glands, right, which are ductless glands. They don't have a tube or a duct. They secrete the product hormones directly into the blood. We have different types of glands over here. We have pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, pancreas, ovary and testis. We'll be discussing about all of these. Now, let's start with the hypothalamus. Now, hypothalamus is a very important gland present in the brain, right? It regulates the secretion of the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is a very important gland, right? It helps in regulation of the growth in the individual. Then we have the pineal gland, melatonin, that actually helps in regulating our sleep. This is something very, very important, right? Neetu Chaudhary, thank you so much बच्चे for the love, but आप spam कर रहे हो, तो I need to put you on a timeout. Please don't mind, please don't spam. मैं नहीं कर रही आपको timeout, but please don't spam. चलिए, okay. Then everyone, we have thyroid gland which release thyroxine. Thyroxine plays a very important role in regulating the metabolism. If the individual have low thyroxine release, right? What will happen? Of course, they'll have hypothyroidism. Okay. So thyroxine is an important hormone that will help in controlling the metabolism of the body. Adrenal gland, the fight and flight response, the excitement that you have, you're sitting on a roller coaster ride, or the fear that you have just before the examination, all thanks to the adrenal gland, and the hormone which is released is the adrenaline, right? It actually makes us aware about our surrounding and help us to act on the various situation. Then we have pancreas. It releases two important hormones, insulin and the glucagon, right? It controls the sugar level in our blood. Okay. Then we have testis and the ovary. Testis produce the hormone testosterone, help in the production of the sperms and the secondary sexual characteristic in males. Ovaries release two hormones, estrogen and progesterone, right? Help in the production of the ovum, right? Estrogen also plays an important role in the development of the secondary sexual characteristic features. Progesterone help in maintaining the pregnancy. Okay, clear everyone? Yes, all of you. You can take a screenshot of all of this. Yes, everyone. I'll just move aside. Take a screenshot, everyone. हाँ, simple arts, बच्चे utilizing hormone, LH hormone is produced by the pituitary gland, right? And of course has a very important role in the development. And of course in the female reproductive cycle, in the menstrual cycle, it has a very important role. Yes. Take a screenshot, everyone. Take a screenshot. Okay. Yes. Okay. Then of course we have these glands, right? We have the pituitary gland, stimulates the testes, ovaries release the testosterone, male and female. Release, pancreas plays a very important role. We have all of these glands, okay? So if someone will ask you that how these hormones are, how these hormones work altogether. So if the gland is producing these hormones, it will be going to the organ, right, to the target specific place, and then it will start the function of it. And once the role is done, it will stop the production of the hormone. So that's very important for all of us to remember. Then of course we have discussed about the reproduction in humans. Very important topic, everyone, that we have. That is the sex determination in the humans. Very easy, right? So in men we have X and Y chromosome. X and Y chromosome, right? Remember this, everyone. And in the female we have X and X chromosome. X and X chromosome. X and X chromosome are found in the female and X and Y in the male. We have total of 46 chromosomes. Out of those, 44 are the normal chromosome that we have in the cells, right? Throughout our body. In the gametes we have X and Y. Female may 44 we have in the body, all the body cells, and of course we have X and X chromosome in the gametes. So upon the fertilization, what will happen? This X will go and fuse with this X with this X, this Y with this X, and X and Y. So 50% chances are there for the gender of male and female. Okay, male is responsible over here because if male X chromosome fertilized with the women X chromosome, it's a female. If the Y chromosome of a male fuses with the X chromosome of a female, that is male. So there's a 50% chance of the gender, right, of both male and female. Mother should not be blamed for it. It's the men, right, the father who is responsible for the gender of the child. Okay, the sex of the baby depends on the male chromosome and not on the female chromosome. Very crucial information, everyone. Okay, so here we have, in males we have X sperm and the Y sperm. If they fuses with the X, we'll know that X and X female, X and Y male. Okay, yes, very good everyone. Devi, lakhs of it, right? So many cells we have. See, sperm cells, reproductive cells, ovum, reproductive cells, right? So sperms, of course, there are millions in number. Whereas the eggs that we have in the female ovary are thousands in number. Yes. Now there are other hormones also. Right? There's a 4 important hormone which are released in the menstrual cycle. We have follicular hormone, right? FH hormone. Then we have LH hormone, luteinizing hormone, progesterone, and the estrogen. Chali. Nice, everyone. Let's take a look at the questions. The reproductive phase of a woman lies between her dash and menopause. The reproductive phase of a woman lies between dash and dash of the menopause. Yes, very good, very good. All the best, couple. Tips, bache, I hope that you have revised your NCERT, right? Go through the questions once and you're sorted. Don't worry about it. Very good. The correct answer for this particular question is the menarche, right? The reproductive phase of a woman lies between the menarche and the menopause. Menarche is the beginning of the menstrual cycle and menopause is the end of the menstrual cycle. Next question, everyone, on your screen. Sweat glands, salivary glands, and oil glands do not release their secretion directly into the blood. These glands do not have duct. You have to find which of the statement is correct. Which of these statement is correct? Which of the options are correct? Yes, everyone. What we have to find out over here is we have sweat glands, salivary glands and oil glands, right? We have to find out which of these does not release directly into the blood. Basically, these sweat glands, salivary glands and the oil glands have duct, right? They have the duct. Basically, these are the endocrine glands. We have two types of glands. We have endocrine and we have exocrine. Endocrine there's a release of the directly into the blood. Whereas the exocrine, right, we have the release into the duct, the pipe. Okay. So based upon that, option number D is the correct answer. Option number D is the correct answer. That statement 2 is incorrect. These glands do not have duct. They do have duct. Statement number 1 is correct, that the sweat glands, salivary glands and oil glands, they do not release their secretion directly into the blood, but they release the secretion into the tubes, which are called as duct. Okay. Option number D is the correct answer. Okay. Last question, everyone. The information given below refers to the one particular hormone. We have 3 hints that we have to find the correct answer by using these hints. Glands secreting the hormones are located on the top of the kidneys. Okay, that's a major hint that we have. Converts glycogen into the glucose. Increase blood pressure. Yes, everyone. Very good, very good. Option number C is the correct answer. Adrenaline. Right? The gland that we're talking about is the adrenal gland, which is located on the top of the kidneys. Absolutely correct. They convert the glycogen into the glucose, and of course they increase the blood pressure. Ma'am, what is a cold-blooded and a warm-blooded animal? Krish? Cold-blooded and the warm-blooded animals are 2 different animals. Cold-blooded animals can change their body temperature according to the environment. Reptiles, fishes, amphibians are the cold-blooded animal. Birds and mammals are the warm-blooded animal because we need to maintain our body temperature for the well-functioning of it. Okay? Chaliye. Yes, everyone. So with this, we are done with our 5 chapters in 1.5 hours. So proud of you, everyone. So proud of you. Thank you for understanding that this is not the detailed class, right? It was a recap. It was a revision class and all of you did amazingly well. Again, telling you, if you have doubts in any of the subject, we have one-shot videos, we have the NCERT solutions, we have individual sessions also, everyone. We still have time for your examination, so please go through those sessions, right? It's important for you to have full confidence on these particular chapter so that you can score good marks in your examination. Okay? On that note, everyone, I will say bye-bye. Please make sure you hit the like button for the video. Do share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take a moment and subscribe to our channel. We'll be meeting really very soon, everyone. With that, lots of love. Do take care of yourself and keep on learning with BYJU'S. I will be seeing you in the next class. Do take care of yourself, everyone. If you have any doubt, write in the comment section below. I'll be able to take that doubt and answer it. Chaliye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Lots of love. All the best for your examination. We'll meet really very soon. Good night, everyone.